Hello and welcome back to Top of the World. My name's Simon and now we're on a part 2 of my workbench. Since I can't do miracles, I'm going to say you had a happy new year because it'll be that time. Bit noisy, so we'll just turn the machine off. Right, one of the first things I've got to do when I'm doing that is do a cutting list. And I kind of made it all the same to make it easy on the material and to make it easier on me and to make it aesthetically pleasing. So I'm basically building 3 of those with the supports, right, and shelves in the middle, and it equates to that. It's 1053 millimeters by, we've now decided 200 millimeters. I need 20 of those and I need 10 at 1300. Right, there. That is all my raw wood. Now, because we're dealing with what's in there and what's dry, and we're taking from there, and we've disassembled the last of this pack and took everything out of there that was any good. All right, that just leaves me with framing now. Framing and worktops. And sections for the shelving units. Now this is only for the ones over the corner unit. So all the other shelving units I don't have the material inside for. Some of it I could get out of there, but it's narrower. So I've taken out everything that I can that's wide enough. Is it all wide enough? No, it isn't. You've got to be creative. I need these. These are undersized. So what I do when I fit these is I move them inbound from the back so that they're flush at the front. Right, there will be a gap at the back. Well, yeah, so there'll be a gap at the back. And there'll be a gap at the back. What that does, just thinking of an advantage, it's all the little things that you lose on there as you shove things back. They'll just drop down to a level that's more friendly to come up. Yeah, that's it. So, you can see what we're dealing with. This is not nice square stuff. The reason everything that you buy at the merchants is all nice and square is the wastage. We ain't. Am I producing enough offcuts? Yeah. Okay, there we go. So that lot there, we're now going to run through the bandsaw to give it its width. Then we're going to run the first side over the other hand, and then we're going to bring it all back round here to go through the thicknesser. It took me all of yesterday and half of today. The time is currently 12:15, although I didn't actually switch the machines on till 10, so I've only been machining for a couple of hours. We've set up the big overhand planer, which is the first time I've had this set in this configuration, because the little one just struggles to take off too much. This, no problem. Have I rammed the bags? Yeah. Am I in a mess? Yes, I am. I have all this material I need to get rid of. Anyway, we're not there. We're over here. So I've got all my 10 sides, and now I need my 20 bottom tops and shelves. I'm doing those at 1.53 m, so 1053 millimeters. I've got everything out to 20mm pretty much. These are undersized. Let me see where I've got these. They didn't quite make the cut. So they're 10mm undersized compared to all of that. So we'll work that in. So going back to when I was at design stage, working out how to make them in the best possible sizes that suits the timber that I've got by way of offcuts and dried timber that I brought inside. I have no more material left for any more uprights, so I have exactly the right amount of material, and some of those are not full boards. And for the shelves, the base and the tops, I've only got 3 extra bits that were long enough to make it, and all the rest is the short stuff that I've allowed for the infills, with no material left. So that's good, because that's reduced a lot of this. Now there is nothing in here that is more than 180mm wide. I know, sorry for the imperialists, it's going to drive you nuts. What is 200mm boards, 8 inch? Right, so there ain't nothing over 6 inches. There ain't nothing left over 6 inches wide in there. This is for the last of the worktops, and that's all framing. So really, I done well to get that. What am I going to make the cupboards above the other benches with, Simon? Well, we'll get to that once we've made the benches, eh? So there's nothing over 6 inches wide in there. And then just for clarity, I keep saying they're 1300. What are they? 4'3". 4'3" high and 3'5.5" wide. All right, so I used to be able to work in imperial and metric constantly, all the time, because there's such a huge crossover. You always buy raw lumber from around the world. It's all imperial. Everything is imperial. And then, you know, Europe, anyway, we won't get into that. Does metric work? Oh, yeah. Metric's so easy to work with because everything's in ones. Well, you ain't got no fractions. If anybody's working down to 0.5 of a millimetre, good luck to them, right? Because only my CNCs would work to 0.2 of a millimetre. So we're working to the nearest millimetre or to the nearest 16th of an inch, 32nd of an inch, 64th. There you go, see, that's what I mean. Right, okay, we can go and start putting this together now. Are we going for lunch? Are we? Don't we? Come on, let's go. Before we go for lunch, hold the camera up, Simon. Hold it up. Woohoo! Chilly one today. Yes, sir. It's definitely on the chilly side. Today, this something I haven't shown yet, and I've tried to scrape as much of it up as I can. I'm going to have to get more up, all right, and put it in buckets. This is hydraulic fluid on my main machine. I had a little leak, and then I come in the yard and parked it there to investigate, and as I was getting out, the whole main hydraulic hose burst, and I managed to get the tractor to here. Thankfully, well, it wouldn't have made any difference because I had to go to town anyway. It was a big rubber hose, 4-inch rubber hose, which of course I wouldn't have in stock, and I had to rush to town and go and get it, fit it, and then carry on ploughing because I was right in the middle. But anyway, but what a beautiful day. Well, it is cold though, but other than it being cold, can't be below -20. This, you know, those of you that have been watching for a while, you know I've renovated the building, and it's the snow, the ice. Once again, it pulls the cleats off my guttering when it does that. So frustrating. Right, come on now, we're going for lunch. Come on. I just did that whole thing with the camera switched off. The explanation, the whys, the wherefores, the hows, and anyway, least ways I've only done one. Right, that's wrong side up because that's got rabbit's back on it. Can I remember everything I went through to explain the first time? No, not really. Just that my cramps ain't big enough. No. to climb all the way up here with this and bring everything with me. No, I've got no level. And I'm not taking it down. Right, that's the 3 base units up. All I have to do now is apply the magic to now. I appreciate you wouldn't know, but what a fight that middle section gave me. My word, wouldn't it have been easier to make, you know, 3 whole units there, but then you'd have a double, you know, a double upright. So anyway, it fought me. Right, so now my thought process. Before I coat that lot, I want to do the 2 ends, right? And you can see the 2 ends. And I'll kind of explain what I want. It's better if I put you back there, because then it shows you the whole picture. So my thought process here, I want to hang my overalls and my hoodies, because what's interesting or not, you all see me in the same stuff. No, I'm not. I have 5 pairs of overalls and 5 hoodies, all the same. Right, and then in the summer, it's 5 pairs of overalls and 5 pairs of dark long sleeve shirts. So that I wear the same every day. I ain't got to think about what I'm wearing when I wake up. That's the truth of it, but also then it's consistent for filming, like a uniform. Everybody has one. Right, so what I don't want to do is leave this open. So I want to have this somehow come like this. Yeah, probably like this, or like that. And then here I can hang up my clothes. In the summer I walk in here naked. In the winter I walk in here with my long johns. Either way, it's not, you know, pretty, but so that's what I want to do there, and then have my boots down there, and then at this end I want to make sure nothing long gets put on here, because this is not a saw bench, right? This is a workstation. So again, I want to put something up here, right? But I want to put the work cramps, my joinery work cramps, along the end. So that's what I want to do there. But I don't want to make it too heavy, and whilst I want to have it in keeping with everything else, I don't necessarily want to machine up new timber for it. If there's something I've already got that I can already use. We think I've got what I'm talking about. It's a good opportunity to empty the woodsheds that are earmarked for demolition, because I don't actually know whether I've got anything left of what I'm thinking about in the woodshed I'm thinking of, because I took the roof off. That's a good point. My new coat is a bit of a... Right, why are you getting all dressed up, Simon? Well, because I think it's -23 out right just now. So we get our hat and some gloves on, and we're going to have a look. Look. Come on. Let's hope what I think is... Oh, see? Now that worries me, because I took the roof off, didn't I? Because we needed the roof for the other building. Oof. Oh, it is cold. Oh, I cleared the wood rack. What I was thinking about has been sat on that rack for years, but I cleaned it all off because I had to take the roof off. Okay. That means it's probably in that end one there. Right, well, let's see if there's anything suitable in this end one. I don't think there's anything thick enough in this. I've been continuously robbing it. See, I got that stuff down there, which is pretty bleak. I don't really want to put this on the ends. Turn it over and see what we got. Gloves, gloves, gloves. Can't do anything with gloves on. Yeah. There's enough of that material, but it's a bit thin. And I haven't got anything. This wood rack was full. And I've been deliberately using it up. Because obviously this building is coming down. So there's not really anything left in there. We put the old army trailer in there just for over winter, but we got to do something with that as well. And me chainsaw sleigh's ready to go. All right, well, that means what I was thinking about is now sheeted up behind all of this. And I reckon it's in one of these end bays. Me elastic in my long johns are gone, so they're falling down, so that's really convenient. Have I cleared all the snow from here now? It's really unlike me. I've cleared access to Alright, why are all your teeth broken, Casper? So, yeah, I think it's in this, and this is all sealed up now. I can't get in there. Alright, we're going to have to do something else then. Oh wow, it's a nice little walk in the cold. Now there lies the problem, see? And that's why I don't work on things in the winter. I'm trying to get a few short weeks to do my own work, and then you've got the workshop full, and I ain't working out here in -20. I have done in the past. Why is the side door of your van open, Simon? Did we have an oil spill? Yeah, might have done in the back of the van. Right. Okay, so we're back to what have we got up there, or there, or there, although that one, they're all trims that I need. Yeah. Wow, I didn't really want to machine timber for that, but anyway, maybe I'll have to. All right, well, I'll put you back in the warm, and then now, talking about the warm, that's a really good point. How's your pump doing, Simon? Well, I'm disappointed about how much noise it makes. And the pump itself is not making the noise. It's a combination of the drawing of the water through the pump and the pipes. I'm sure it goes into 3.5 or 4 inch steel, but it comes from 1.5 inch copper, and I'm sure that's the bottleneck. I'm sure the bottleneck is the copper. Anyway, I've got a bulb out up there. I should have 2 bulbs, so you can't see nothing anyway. What was I going to show you? Oh yeah, temperature. Now, you never see this building. In 8 years, I've never seen the building with that temperature in it. This particular building here, through the winter, sometimes I struggle to keep it above freezing because of the underfloor heating, and the old pump would never cycle enough hot water to the exchanger there, the water exchanger. How's your worm, Simon? Yep, still not a video about worms. However, look at our outgoing water temperature. Our incoming water temperature, 40 degrees. Never has there been so much hot water flow into this pipe. Never. And therefore, we got a 40 degree. Are we losing 20 degrees inside this unit here? Yes, we are. Alright, so that's incoming water temperature, and that's outgoing to floor temperature. And these are in Celsius. So that pipe, that's a hot pipe. And what that does is that comes in from the furnace, goes in a spiral down there, and comes out there and goes back to the furnace. And then the underfloor heating comes in through this one, and it goes up, comes out of here, goes into here, which is an electric option that I can turn on if I need to, out of there, into all these, and under the floor. So one of the first things that I really recognised as being significantly different is this building is warm. You don't have to wear a hat and coat in here. Hey, B. And that's down to that pump now shifting the water to everywhere it needs. It does have a hum. It does have a hum, but that's not coming from the pump. I can put my ear straight to the pump. That's not the pump making a noise, it's just a hum of the pipe work. I don't like it really, but it is super uber efficient now. And what's the temperature in this shop by the door? Much warmer than normal. Alright, we've got a shop temperature of 16 degrees. It's amazing considering that's below -20 outside. Alright, let's sort out this end. What we're going to do here. What are they, Simon? Well, see the craftsman and laminating in these. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bits of wood laminated in that tiny bit. Right, that is the top. No, that is the bottom of a balance beam. These balance beams came from out of the gymnasium, which is now part of our living accommodation. Anyway, they're there for a reason, right? And I've used those for a reason. History and all that. Oh, I suppose I should demonstrate. Right, look at this mess. Okay. All my good same length ones. I'm going to sit up there. So I can basically double my cramp, but as I said to you, these sash cramps, right, these ain't long enough. I'd like some 2 metre ones, I would. 2 metre, what's that? 6 feet ones. That's what I'd like. Anyway, these are for all my sash cramps, door cramps, whatever you want to call them, cramps on that end. Because I can't stay on this wall, because not only does it not work for me, there's going to be a bench here. So all those different cramps, and I've got more. I've got cramps everywhere. They're all spread about all over the place. I want to get them all in the same place. All right, so that's that end. So now this end. So that's all reclaimed timber again on there. That is, I say again, actually it's new, but it's like there is no reclaiming that. Anyway, right, so this end's just gotta tar it up a bit and then be practical for hanging my overs and my hoodies. Okay, I haven't got to that end yet or done the infill shelves because there was something about that side I couldn't live with, and that was the inside. So I've had to box in the entire wall because I just couldn't live with seeing the inside of the wall, and now I don't like the step over the front there, and really I should have scribed those in because this end board is kicking up. Little things that are just going to annoy me. I've got to remember it is just for the workshop, but anyway, so I'm going to have to scribe something into that because I'm not going to be able to live with that. And I'm not sure I can live with this now either. It's just not sitting right with me. So, yeah, could I have done that in half an hour? Possibly. Has it taken me 2 hours and I'm still not happy with it? Yes. Yes. That's probably why that took 4 hours this morning. Okay. Right, well, it's end of day. It's end of day on New Year's Day, and I can't work any more hours. Right, I'm running out of energy, just running out of what I can physically do that keeps me interested, so I'm going to have to finish it tomorrow. And I really need to be doing other things, as in I've got something important I have to deal with as well. Right. Well, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm going to have to change that. I'm not going to be able to live with that. Perhaps I should have brought it down to the bottom. Yeah, it just doesn't all look... Doesn't look finished now, does it? Looks like I've tacked that bit on there. I could have scribed the back out. Okay, I have to think about that. Yeah. Was kind of looking alright, and then it kind of wasn't looking alright. Anyway. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's the end of the day now. Right, finally, I'm back on this. It's only been 48 hours, but it's been a mind-numbing 48 hours. This cover plate I put on here, I tore it off before the glue dried. Don't like it. I actually prefer it much. I might just leave it like that. Actually, I quite like it. I just couldn't live with the other one. Anyway, so I put the top of what I wanna. I put the top of what I want to do on there. Just before I put the end on. Bear with me. Look at this with all the posh drawers and everything immediately to add. Immediately. Love it. Gone. Where's your outer gone, Simon? Well, in the drawer. It's amazing, and I'm not even there yet. All right. I should have put these in order, shouldn't I? take off that edge. Una memento. I've been saving these for years. Well, what are they for, Simon? Are they going to screw it upside down like this? Under here. Like so, and like so, and like so. And there, so that I can hang my overs and my hoodies. And my boots sit below. I never try not to exit this door with all this on, and when I come in the morning I put it on. And head torch, telephone, things where I forget where they are, right there. Yeah, very nice. We've had these for a while now, and I got these for a different project, but that project is kind of not as relevant as what I'm doing now, and they're LED ones. I can't help it. Anyway, so it's kind of what I'm thinking. To do away with the darkness here. All the lights are to the back of you. So I was kind of, I got 4. I don't know whether to put them all in, one under each cabinet, or just put a couple in. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want them plugged in either. I want them switched. You know, so I wouldn't do that. They got switches on them, but it's still naff. I've got to fit them in, and then put a, you know, a. Do that like that, and then you trim them like that. So that's your light spread. I think that's where I am with that. Am I ever going to get finished with this? Yeah, I really now, all I've got to do is fit the lights and treat it. I mean, I could just treat it and call it done, but I mean, it's not done, is it? No. This is way too good to go on here. It is. But for the sake of consistency, I'm going to use it. But it is. Anyway, it's good for the top. Oh, glue. Might have to give this a light sanding and then final recoat when I'm done. Right. And there we have it. Time is 13:30, Saturday afternoon. So last night I waxed everything to make it finished, let it dry overnight, got up this morning excited to finish the video. And I was just like, Anyway, what did I do this morning? I fitted the lights first thing, way before there was any light outside. And I've only put a thin trim on here because as I was messing around with depths of trim, so I got a shadow. But by using a smaller one, whilst you can kind of see the lights a little bit, which I don't like, there's no shadow on the bench. So now when you're here, you can see what you're doing. And then I was like, well, maybe I should move some stuff. The only thing that I use on a very regular basis that's not here is my chisels, right? And I'm gonna deal with that. Everything else that I have to go to all the different places for are now immediately at hand. The stuff that I don't use so often is higher up, but this shelf I can reach, and within a blink of an eyelid, I'm up there anyway, which was the whole point of making the worktop like it is, so that I can have full access to anything I want real easy. So that's where I am with that. The only thing I didn't do was like anywhere specific for my battery drivers. I've seen a number of people use plastic tubes and cut them in and slide in. I've chosen not to do that. They just stood up over here and I'm quite happy with that. Battery chargers and cables, well, they're just a nightmare. But otherwise, I think you'll agree it's turned out really well. Still not put anything underneath. Right, they're all still empty. That one has got the sanding equipment in it. That one has got planers and saws in it. Don't open it up, Simon. Air tools and no air tools. Oh, routers. So everything has been in the same place for the last 8 years. Is it going to annoy me? Yeah, but you'll get used to it. So this drawer and the top of this cupboard are still empty and underneath still empty. So I've got loads of room. One of these is going to be for grinders, albeit angle grinders and stuff should go in a different thing, but a lot of the grinders I use for wood. So complete, and I'm very happy with it. Did I do it within the month? Well, of course I didn't spend the whole month on this, but if you think about where all the wood came from, it's actually been in the making for 4 years. By the time we've cut the wood and processed the wood and dried the wood and then had time to do this. So, and this is the first winter where I haven't had something structural or something major to do upstairs in order to make us some kind of living accommodation. So this is my first venture downstairs, as it were, just to do something to put all of my tools in the one place. And I've emptied the stores. You can see how now low I am on screws. I did explain that, I think, but it was boring and I cut it out. By the time I get to the end of the year, I'm low on kind of everything really. So this, whilst it looks a bit thin, yeah, I only buy what I need to for each job. I don't keep anything in stock, as it were. What did it cost me? Interesting. The only thing I purchased for this was one drawer runner and these 3 plug sockets, which are white, which were half the price, which is why I bought one runner. So I can't remember what I've spent, but it's like under $20, 20 euros, £20, whatever it is. I don't think it was even that for the sockets and the runner. And everything else I made or I had lying around. So, once again, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the longer video, and have a great day. Happy New Year to you all. Bye for now.